Nigeria's inflation rate has hit a 17-year high. The Consumer Price Index report released by the NBS in the second week of October 2022 showed that inflation rose by 20.8% in September, the highest rate since 2005, up from 20.52% recorded in August. According to the NBS, the rising inflation rate was caused by soaring food prices, disruption in food supply chain, rise in import cost due to the currency depreciation, and increase in the cost of production. Food inflation rate now stands at 23.34% on a year-on-year basis, recording a surge from the 23.12% recorded in the previous month. So how are Nigerians coping, and what sacrifices have they had to make to survive the rising cost of living?
I'm actually a videographer, so most of my movement has always been Uber or Bolt. So because of the cost of living, I had to cut down my transportation expenses, like taking the BRT buses or taking the local transport to cut down my expenses because of the cost of living.
And what I have to do in Lagos due to the high cost of living, I trekked half Third Mainland Bridge. That day I got people who strong past me, collect my wallet. I lost everything on me, my money and also my phone. And you know how Lagos is now. Everybody hide a shook, trying to explain to people that you got robbed. People feel say won't drop them and all that.
The one thing I've had to sacrifice due to the high cost of living would be my love for plantain chips. Yeah, so I have a budgeting app that I use, and so it helps me track my expenses. So I noticed I was spending a lot of plantain chips, and I had to sacrifice that.
One thing I've had to sacrifice due to the high cost of living, I would say it's the frequency of time I go out. I don't go out as much as I should, probably. I have to limit the amount of times I go out. So yeah, that's the major thing.
Well, the truth is that I started telling people years ago that there's going to be a lot of hardship. But the easiest thing for us, if we understand this, don't cut down on your normal lifestyle. Improve on your earning power. Increase your streams of income. Because if you cut down, it might affect your health or something that you're normally used to do. But majorly reduce, I reduced expenses, but by and large, I increased my earning power.
Normally, when things were still better in the country, like we have like logistics, there's a place that you have to go that, okay, it won't affect your finances and anything. But right now, I need to reduce all those movements that is not necessary. That, okay, it's not important for me to go. Then secondly, feeding, like normally we eat 3 square meal, but now you have to reduce it because you have to balance the equation, Maybe now it's now 2, like 101, like you eat in the morning, you skip the afternoon, you eat in the evening.
I had to reduce spending on clothes, hanging out, so I just realized I now have to spend less. And then also recently I now look for alternative. When yam was expensive, I started buying potatoes, and then now that rice is expensive, you might not be able to eat so much rice anymore. So look for alternatives, because the more things are expensive, you can't say because you want to live like every other person. If you cannot afford it, look for a more affordable option.
I've had to cut down my costs and also improve my ways of making more money, because really, even if you cut down your costs, there'll always be more things that will be expensive. So I think for me, it has helped me prioritize my goals to ensure that I get more money so I can afford better things.
The one thing I have to sacrifice is, like you said, parties, like unnecessary places and unnecessary expenses due to the kind of work I do. Like I'm a designer, I'm a graphic designer, so paying rent hasn't been easy. So I had to cut off some things, unnecessary movements, and I just have to, I want to be the best, and actually that's what I have to say.
I've sacrificed a lot, but the one thing I think, cutting expensive, going out with friends and maybe, going out with B and the rest. So
I'll limit the way I eat, and I will stop like going to party because I have a lot of plan for myself.
I had to kill parties. Like, I used to be a party freak, so I just cut it off. It wasn't really adding anything to my life. So like, and basically it was always making me spend more money at a very short period of time. So I just had to just cut it off. Yeah.
So the one thing I've sacrificed to survive high cost of living, I would say comfort. Comfort has somehow robbed a lot of people, including myself in the past, from being able to save because I want to feel comfortable. And I think it was before COVID year, I was running a very high budget for power because I wanted to be comfortable. But I remember I had to do away with certain elements that were giving me that comfort, and I was able to save.